Of this war, the pall of smoke from a burning oil tank hit by Iraqi shelling still hangs over the abandoned border town of Kafjir. It's a reminder of the horrendous possibilities that lie ahead if Iraq goes through with its newly repeated threat to blow up oil facilities in Kuwait. The Americans used A-10 ground attack planes against Iraqi positions. Saddam Hussein's southern front line begins here on the Gulf and snakes away for over 130 miles westwards. All of Kafjir's several thousand residents have left town. It was the first major exodus this side of the front line, though this morning the United States authorities here in eastern Saudi Arabia indicated they're willing to evacuate American civilians who want to leave. Because of the destruction in Kafjir and the Scud missile firings, the American army here is at combat readiness.
Well, basically this morning, the morning briefing had to do with the activities that occurred last night. This had to do with several Scud reports in the northeast sector of our area of operation. These reports, we believe at this time, have been substantiated. At one time, there were some reports in which there was some chemical activity used. Those are not substantiated right now. I personally believe that there were no chemicals used in last night's activity.
But in the American line in the sand in the northern desert, no chances are taken. Positions are constantly moved in case of the Scuds or the so far invisible Iraqi Air Force. Every man fears Saddam's chemical weapons.
Things are going to get a lot worse than they are now. Okay. Chemical suits. You eat in these, sleep in these, you don't take them out. Period.
Yeah, it looks like it won't be as clean as we thought at the beginning, but I guess we'll just do the best we can, won't we?
Allied fighter bombers pass overhead on bombing missions in Kuwait. But for the grunts on the ground, as the Americans refer to themselves in Vietnam parlance, there's a weary mixture of tedium and uncertainty.
Not sure what's going on sometimes, and you can't tell at night what planes, if it's our planes or their planes, so just kind of sit and wait.
Back at the Allied air bases, the tank-busting A-10s are being readied for another mission. They've been loading up with cluster bombs that explode above the ground, penetrating tanks and other armor and killing Iraqi troops in trench systems.
There's still 500,000 people in Kuwait that we haven't touched. And that's what we really fear, I think, more than anything, is the fact that he's got a huge ground army down there, and that's his ace in the hole. And we don't know where we're going to go with that yet.
In fact, certain units of the American Air Force are already tasked with destroying Saddam Hussein's elite reserve divisions. The aim is to weaken Iraqi resolve and capability so that Allied casualties will be kept to a minimum in any advance. The assessment here is still that the Allied control of the skies is being steadily expanded. The obvious success of the aerial bombardment could mean that it will be extended before any ground and amphibious operations are launched.